Alright guys, my name is MetaGoblin and today I'm going to be discussing my strategy to get ahead of the Zerg when it comes to the classic WoW launch. So previously on my streams I've been doing a lot of practice leveling runs. This is why I have numerous very low level characters at different levels on my on Northdale right now. If you look over here, you can look at my past streams, and last night I basically did the full run of my strat, you know, start to finish. Well, not start to finish, but like up until about level 7. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm basically going to describe to you the kind of strategy that I'm using, and hopefully you'll be able to adapt it into your own strategy. By the way, I am streaming over on Twitch, as you can see right now. Link for that will be in the description. So this strategy, well, we've been practicing playing as a human, but you can very easily adapt this strategy. It doesn't really matter what race you're playing. As long as you understand the principles of this strategy, you can apply it to any starting area and any situation that you're in. So the strategy is all around being as fast as humanly possible, as early as possible during the launch. So you imagine, you know, when the game launches, there's going to be thousands of people all in this area that I'm in right now trying to do the first set of quests, right? The first 20 minutes people are just going to be trying to get to about level 5 to 6 in this like miniature little area here of Northshire Abbey. I didn't have the mouse cursor enabled then, but you know what I mean, around here in Northshire Abbey. And obviously during this phase, this first 20 minutes of the game, it's going to be very difficult to actually complete quests. People are speculating that because of dynamic respawns and because of the abundance of mobs, this won't be much of a bottleneck situation. But at the end of the day, there's still going to be a lot of competition. Okay, if anyone's played any server launch, private server launch, or any launch of any expansion in the history of World of Warcraft, we know not to trust Blizzard, you know what I mean? Because I was there Wall of Adrenal launch, and it was an absolute, well, I can't swear, but it wasn't very good, okay? So I wouldn't put all your faith in Blizzard to really smooth out this launch. You are going to have a lot of competition for killing mobs, and you don't want to be wasting time, you know, having huge quest competition. So what we want to do is we want to get out of the Northshire Valley as early as humanly possible. So if you look on the map, if you look at the quests in Goldshire, the quest requirements are pretty much level 4. You can get all the quests for, I think it's Jasperlode or Fargadeep Mine, to the next set of quests at level 4. So my strategy is to basically get to level 4 as fast as humanly possible and then move on to the next area of quests, right? The thinking behind this is basically, you know, we're going to get to an area where there's new quests, and barely anyone's going to be doing these new quests because we are ahead of everyone else. Because we're going to basically move on to Goldshire Abbey after about 5 to 10 minutes of playing the game, which means hopefully, you know, this strat will probably only work if you're very lucky enough to be one of the first people to log on to the server. But if you are one of the first ones to log on to the server, you can very easily get ahead of everyone, okay, to the point where you're going to be the only one in Fargadeep Mine doing some quests, right? And basically, because of layering, the chances of you moving to the next area and you being the only one are, you know, they're basically further increased. But obviously, it's going to be difficult in this first. Well, it's going to be difficult when you're in that Fargadeep Mine to actually kill the mobs at level 4, because the mobs are about, I think, level 5 to 6, okay, so it can be quite difficult, especially as there's many mobs in the Fargadeep Mine. So to overcome this, what we want to do is level in a minimum of a 3-man group. I would recommend 4-man group as a minimum, or a 5-man group. I think 5-man group is going to be slightly more ideal. And you're probably thinking, well, you know, if you're in a 5-man group, the XP is going to be absolute crap. Well, that's where you're kind of correct, but you're also kind of wrong. The thing is, the XP is reduced, fair enough, but because you're killing mobs immensely fast, it basically makes up for it, okay? And because when you're in a 5-man group, you can take down more than one mob at once, it means you're going to have a lot less quest competition, you know, competition for mobs, and you're going to have a much higher chance to actually tag the mobs in the first place, which means you're going to complete your quests much faster. So when it comes to, you know, to begin with, the quests that we actually do, obviously we're only trying to get to level 4, so we don't have to do all the quests, but when it comes to picking quests, we only pick the quests we pick slay quests over loot pickup quests, because obviously killing these wolves, you know, it takes long enough on your own. You've got an 80% drop chance for the wolf meat to drop, right? So it takes a fair amount of time for you to complete this quest on your own, but if you're waiting for 8 drops per 5 people, it's going to take you absolutely ages to complete the young wolf quest. So that's why we automatically go over to kill the kobolds, and we basically complete all the kobold quests. We get the kobold vermin quest, kobold worker quest, and then we move on to the kobold labourer quest. We basically complete these quests in like no time at all, you know, under a minute we complete all the quests. The labourer one normally takes a little bit longer, but that's because we're on a server now that's already launched. Ideally, we want to be getting to that kobold, you know, to kill the labourers before anyone else. Hopefully when we get to kill the labourers in the mine, we will literally be the first ones to get there, so that quest will basically take no time at all. So basically we do all the kobold quests, and then we very quickly we go, actually I'll skip ahead to show you where we go to. Right, so you imagine at this point we've basically done all the vermin quests, we've chained up the vermin quest, we do the class trainer quest. Well, some of us do. I don't think I'll do it because I don't really need stealth and I'm playing a rogue. I'll probably get stealth later on when I get to Goldshire Abbey. We're basically going to run all the way over here and then start grinding on the Defias mobs, okay, because the Defias mobs wander in high abundance, a little bit higher level, and what we're trying to do is we're just grinding our way to level 4, and we want to grind in this location here, okay, on this, like this side of the vineyard, basically where I am now, and there's a pretty good reason for that. Obviously we're going to kill mobs. We're staying away from the middle is normally quite dangerous when there's dynamic respawns, because they can spawn too much and you can end up dying, and dying is going to massively slow you down. But we grind in this location, similar to this guy here, and then what we do is we take a shortcut over here. So we get to well, we get to a precise amount of XP into level 3 that we know we're going to ding. So the quest report to Goldshire gives about 220 XP, and we also get about 100 X. No, we get 110 XP from exploring. You know, I may as well show you. So we jump over this shortcut. We're about, there's a certain amount. I've got the number written down somewhere. It's a precise amount of XP. In fact, I'll get the number right now. Okay, so we grind Defias mobs until we have 1000 XP. So we know that at 1000 XP, when we get to Goldshire, we're going to basically get to level 4 precisely when we get to Goldshire. What we do is we take a little dip in the lake to basically get the exploration XP. So let me show you that very quickly. I think you only have to get to about here, then you get the exploration key XP for Crystal Lake. And then when you jump to about here, you get Goldshire. So that's like an extra cheeky... it's a little bit more when you're higher level, but it equates to about 110 XP. You stack that with turning in the report to Goldshire quest, and then basically the second we get to Goldshire we are level 4, which means we can pick up all the quests for Fargo Deep Mine. Then, you know, once we get to level 4, we do all the Fargo Deep Mine quests at, well, level 4 in Fargo Deep Mine, and we're trying to basically get to level 5. And as soon as we hit level 5, we actually come out to the farms, and we do some of the quests that are in the farms, you know, the fetch quests, Young Lovers, Lost Necklace, all that kind of thing, Pie for Billy. We start doing those, and then we go back into to finish off a quest in Fargo Deep Mine when we basically unlock Goldtooth. And our strategy really is just to get to level 7 as fast as possible. Hopefully when we turn over those quests and we do get to level 7. And then it's the same thing. As soon as we get to level 7, we get the quest here called Fishy Peril, which is going to be unlocked at level 7, which chains into a number of quests at Eastville Logging Camp, and we pick up we pick up Protect the Frontier, we pick up Bounty on Murlocs, and a few other quests, I think, you know, Red Linen Goods and the Wood quest in Eastville Logging Camp. We basically, what we're trying to do is move on to the next set of quests as early as possible. The mindset with this is to just get ahead of everyone, so we're at a comfortable spot where we're doing quests that nobody else is doing. And that is basically our strategy. We're at the moment on stream, you know, if you come and stop by and watch the streams, you'll find this out. But basically what we're doing is we're making a strategy for progressing into Westfall as fast as possible at about level 9. And we're trying to work out whether we can complete quests in a 5-man group at level 9. Unfortunately, we only had 2, I think we had 3 people, and we were coping fairly well doing quests with 2 people at level 9 in Westfall, although it's quite a struggle, which concludes us to believe that basically going to Westfall at level 9, doing the quest there will actually, you know, be quite a breeze. And then from there, you know, we're trying to do as many quests as possible, try and get to level 15 as possible. We don't want to switch a zone because travelling time will obviously cost us time, so we're probably going to be spending a lot of time in Westfall grinding to level 15 to unlock dead mines, and then, you know, things get even more interesting, but then this video will get immensely long. But anyway, that's where I'm getting it in the video. My name is Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.